All right, here we go. Moving on to the front brake pads and rotors in today's adventure with this 15 GMC Sierra. So first things first, get your hood open. Make sure you take the cap off of your brake fluid reservoir and get your vehicle jacked up and supported. So we're doing this in the driveway just like most folks will be doing at home, mostly because Clayton's truck is still not lifted, but it's a whole nother video. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get this tire off. The lug nut size is 7/8. I'm gonna zip these off, set this to the side, and then I'll show you what to do from there. All right, here we are, tire off. So you'll see here, this rotor is chewed up. These are not savable. We'll be replacing the rotors with the pads today. Also, look at how old these are. The pad surface themselves, if you can see it on the camera, is all cracking on the back. That's like the backing like plate that has like the rubber on it to prevent it from squealing. That's wild, but no harm no foul. We're just gonna go ahead and get all this swapped out, and easy peasy lemon squeezy, I'll be back on with some fresh brakes and rotors. If your rotors are not this bad, you can take them to your local auto parts store and they will turn them. It's much cheaper than buying new ones. It's like normally 30 bucks I think, as opposed to the over $100 that these were. But yeah, so you can always get them turned. Just make sure you at least get them turned if you're going to not change them, because even if you can't see it, they may have warped a little bit, even if they feel nice and smooth. But in the case of these ones, these are trashed, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of them. So first things first, we need to get this caliper off. We have a 19 millimeter on the top and a 19 millimeter on the bottom. We're going to loosen both of them and then take them off after they're both loosened, because if you take one all the way out when you're trying to break the other loose, the caliper may have a tendency to want to swing on you. So we'll crack them loose, we'll get those out, and then we'll get this caliper popped off of here. All right, here we are. Got both of the top caliper bolts out. So a lot of times, especially with these GM trucks, these calipers might be a little stuck on there. So you can take a pry bar and just come in from the top side here. These brackets are going to get replaced, so it doesn't matter if you bend them up or not. Your new pads will come with hardware, and just give it a pop like that. And now we are ready to slide this sucker off of here. Just kind of work it off, and we'll set it up here on top of the rotor assembly. Now, our brake pads are exposed, and holy guacamole, we are metal on this guy right here. So all you do here is use your fingers, and you can just work these puppies out of there and toss them to the side. Wow, look at that. There's not any bit of pad left on that one. Whew. Pushing it to the max, Russell, pushing it to the max. Okay, next step is we're gonna need to get this caliper bracket off. What I like to do is I'm gonna actually clean this up and get it all set up while it's off the car. So I like to check these slides right now while I can do it, and it's easy. So your slides need to move just like these ones, nice and easy. If they're stuck at all, what you're gonna have to do is hold this rubber down, pop it out like this. You can clean it with some brake cleaner, apply some fresh synthetic brake grease to it, put it back in the slot, and make sure it moves nice and free. But these are actually in really good condition, so we don't need to do that on this one. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move to the back. We have an 18 millimeter bolt there and an 18 millimeter bolt here. Now on these caliper bracket bolts, they're going to be tight, and you may think, looking at this thing, like he's almost about to push a piston out. Hey, it's got 130,000 miles. I don't think anyone's ever done this before. It's been done at least once, because some yahoo put yellow Loctite on these caliper bolts. They call for blue. Yellow is insane. So wait till you see how freaking hard it is to get these out of there. I'm gonna record it for you. Woo! What an asshole. Oh! Holy cow. And there's your culprit for why it was like, look how much yellow Loctite, look how much yellow freaking Loctite is on that. Jesus, dude. Look at all that. Holy cow. All right. Now we can set that bracket on the ground. Before I even take this rotor off, I'm going to go ahead and recompress the calipers here. So if you plan on doing a brake job more than one time, I highly recommend this right here, which by the way, I will have a link to this, brake pads, rotors, all the stuff in the description below, and some of it up here in the video. But this is a brake caliper depressing tool. This thing is freaking awesome. So check this out. I'm gonna put you on my knee. Hopefully I can get you balanced a little bit here. So what you do is you can literally just drop this right in here. They have some extension plates if you need it to be longer, but this actually works just fine this way. So you just put it in, you put your finger on the backside, and you hold it till it gets snug to start expanding it. Just like so. And it's just a ratcheting tool. Once it starts expanding, oh my God, I flipped it the wrong way. I'm sorry. I was unscrewing it instead of screwing it out. No wonder it took so long. So all you're gonna do is put your finger on the backside here. Once it's dropped into position, and start just to hold it until you get it snugged up. There we go. So now we're snugged up. We can sit here and just hold the caliper, just ratchet this puppy, and we'll compress these pistons all the way back in flush so they can fit over our fresh new brake pads. There you have it, easy peasy lemon squeezy. These puppies are all put back in. So now what I like to do before I move to taking the rotor off is I'm going to go ahead and give them a spritzer of brake cleaner. So we're just going to come up on all these edges here, get them cleaned up. Then we'll set it back here to drip and dry off while we get this rotor off. So to get this rotor off, it does have a set screw. This is a T30 Torx. If you live up north, this puppy will probably be rusty. It's gonna be a nightmare. There's actually like some pretty nice stripped out Torx bits that will bite them even if they strip. I'll have those linked below. If not, you're gonna have to drill these puppies out most of the time. But down here in Texas, they actually work as intended. It's kind of nice. But down here, they'll come right out just like that. As long as you don't put Loctite on it, which luckily they may have Loctited with yellow on that caliper bracket, but they did not Loctite those. So we're ready to pull this rotor off. It'll just slide right off like that. So at this point in time, you can examine the end of your hub here. If there's a bunch of rust buildup or grime on it, you can take red Scotch-Brite and sand it down and then clean that with brake cleaner as well. This one's actually in really good shape though, so we're not gonna have any issues. I'll just give it a little finger swipey, maybe a little spritzer of brake cleaner, like so. Brake cleaner is your friend in this job. I normally prepare to use 1 can per wheel when I'm doing brakes, but sometimes it can go less. So let me grab the new rotor. We'll get the new rotor in. We'll get the set screw back in on that rotor, and then I'll show you what to do from there. All right, here we go with the new rotor. You just slide it on. Make sure you line up one of the tapered holes with the set screw. Then we will snug that puppy up. Just like that. You don't want to over tighten it and strip it out because it is nice to have. So what that helps do, all that screw does, is it will make the rotor stand upright while you're working. They put that on just so it's easier on the assembly line to put everything together. It's not required at all. The tire itself will hold it in the exact position it needs to be once it's bolted down. So if you need to get rid of it, you can. Otherwise, if you got new rotors, make sure that they don't have any machining grease or oil on them still. These ones are already cleaned, but if they do, you just spritz them down with brake cleaner and get all that oil off of them. But now we're ready to move on to our caliper bracket here. So what we're going to do, I'll show you over here. We're going to grab the hardware here, the little metal I told you could pry against because it's going to get replaced. Just grab it with your fingers. It'll come right off of there. Just pop it off just like that. So now, more brake cleaner. Always brake cleaner. We're going to clean all these surfaces up right here that the hardware and the stuff rides on. We're going to spritz it real good. Now, if you have like thick grimies, you can get a wire brush or like a bristle brush and like scrub in the grooves and then douse it with more brake cleaner to knock all that off. You want it to be nice and smooth. Okay, once that brake cleaner dries up, you're going to go ahead and just match up your new hardware to the ridges just like this, and then you want to kind of look down into the hole where the rotor is and just make sure that when you press it down into place, none of the metal overlaps. I'll re-explain that here in just a second. So you basically are just pressing down on your thumbs right here on these ridges to click it in. You want to look down this hole right here and just, you can even put your finger in, just feel up the edge to make sure it's flush with that edge and not overlapping in the middle where it can touch the rotor. We are perfectly clear. Now we got one more thing to do before we can, actually two more things in the case of this caliper that we got to do before we can put it back on. So, and you can put this hardware on and add the grease I'm going to add here in just a second while it's on the vehicle. I just prefer to do it while it's off. But for now, we're going to take these ungodly yellow Loctite bolts to my wire wheel. I'm going to clean these up and I'm going to put fresh blue Loctite on them. Then we're ready to grease these and put it back in there. So give me just a second. I'm going to clean these up and I'll show you what it takes. All right, here we are. I got it as cleaned as I can get it. There's still a little trace of yellow down in here, but not enough to bother. I got some blue Loctite here in my hand, so I'm gonna put some Loctite on these threads before they go back in. So dabble of blue, and then you're good to go. And I'll give you the torque specs here in just a second. But first, what we need to do is you need what's called synthetic caliper grease. So we're gonna go ahead and put a dabble of that into each one of these little metal components where the brake pads are at. So what I like to do is I'll come in with the brush and I'll just wipe a little bit onto each thing. This is why I like to do this, why it's not on the vehicle, because it's easier to do this. So you're gonna wipe a little grease on all these contact points here with your brush. You don't need a whole lot, just a little bit. And then I like to come and wipe it with my finger. Just make sure it's a thin layer everywhere where the pad can contact, just like so. You don't want it too thick because you don't want it to get pushed on the rotor. Just a dabble do you kind of a deal. But anywhere where that pad's gonna touch, I get a little bit of caliper grease on it. Now we are ready to put this puppy back on. All right, here we go. I got the bolts back in. I haven't tightened them yet. I just ran them down with a ratchet. I will put the torque spec up here in the video, but if I'm being 100% honest with you, on this, these are not torque to yield or anything. These bolts, one good ugga-dugga will get you done. You don't need to torque them, but if you're into that kind of thing, the torque spec will be up there now. Now with the new pads, these Brake Best Select ceramics are nice enough to label them outer and inner for the side, but they do matter. So what we'll do is we'll slide this outer one in place. You just put it in the bottom, put it in the top, slide it on into these retaining brackets, just like that there. And now you notate on the inner one has the wear indicator on the bottom side. That's how you identify which one is the inner. Now, one last step before we slap our caliper on is we are going to take our synthetic brake grease again onto our cleaned up caliper. We're going to put a little bit on. Ooh, that's a lot of it. That is not how much I wanted. We're going to paint some on each tip that contacts pads on this side, and we're going to paint this on here nice and evenly, like so. And then we are going to paint it around the caliper pistons themselves. Anything that contacts a pad and could have the possibility of squeaking, we are going to paint with this synthetic grease, and this just prevents any and all squeaking. And I like to wipe the edges with my finger if any of it gets anywhere. So you'll see. Just give me 2 seconds. That was a little overkill. Normally that much grease doesn't come out on the brush, so I'm just kind of wiping it with my thumb here. So make sure we don't have a lot of extra grease floating around. There we go. So I just kind of wiped it and got an even layer, and we wiped down these edges and down there. Now we are good to slide this puppy back on. So make sure you don't twist up your brake cable whenever you do this, but you will just slide it on over these pads, just like that. And you're probably going to have to press your caliper slides down to get the arms over it, which is why I'm using 2 hands. But you use one finger to pull this back to slide that over. Now we are just going to put in our 19 millimeters up here, and I will put that torque spec up on the screen as well. And then put your tire on, and you are just about good to go. Once you get your tire back on and your cap back on your brake reservoir, if you're only doing the fronts, make sure you pump your brakes before you move the vehicle, because you're not going to have any brakes until you pump them up and re-squeeze those calipers down. But otherwise, that's all there is to it. So if this video helped you out, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you want to see more.